The most scariest chart of Bitcoin looks like it wants to break out to new all-time highs. How is this possible? What I want to do with this video is remind you of history. And yes, I know I've just lost about 90% of you, but don't click off just yet if I still have your attention. This will obviously help with altcoin gem finding and buying the altcoins when they are down 80, 90%, because the news is there as noise and it's always there to distract us. Let's look back to Bitcoin and what happened over the last 6 months and then move forward on how this can actually help us get the 100x's, 50x's, whatever x's you want to get back, we'll get it back for you. So before we get your X back, check out the specials to the back, Black Friday specials down below. Link is in the top of the description. Black Friday 200 off, available for a limited time. Make sure you like, share, subscribe the video, touch the buttons down below, smash that YouTube algo. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Now, we're going to look at ETH and ADA as well. So Bitcoin, over the last 6 months or so, from this April top, call it 7 months, what have we seen? We got pink little arrows here, and I've got a whole list of things that I could rattle off the top of my head of all the times that it was bad. This goes back to a quote. Many people have said it. Winston Churchill, I think it was originally from this guy right here, George. Those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it. If you don't learn from history, you will repeat it and you won't get those 100x gains or that beautiful X that you had. All right. So back to Bitcoin. It's said by many people. Elon Musk, he tweets whatever he wants to tweet. You get a pump, you get a dump. Liquidations happened through May. So I'm looking at these little pink arrows, looking at the down days, and then bringing the news to those days. If you guys don't remember, go back, you can check all of Google. All this stuff happened on those times. And these were the best times to be buying at those times. Think about all these lows that came in. Think about all these lows in September. Think about what we've just seen. Of course, it could go a little lower, but it's better to be buying in a bull market. You've got a macro view here. Crypto's up. We think we're still going to keep going up. It's better to be buying on the dips in the bull market than, of course, buying the pumps or the absolute peaks. And at these peaks, this is when everyone is calling for $80,000, $100,000 Bitcoins to get all of your juices excited and throwing the last pennies that you have into the market. So we're at China bans Bitcoin mining. That is also in May. We had all of that. It was going through this period here. China bans Bitcoin mining again. Some other strategies they had, or they wanted to continue to consolidate and get rid of the last miners. The bull market is over. That was through June. That was it. It was done. We were falling. It was the end. We had to go to $10,000, $14,000 Bitcoin, maybe even into the low 20s. I had some targets, of course, lower down at maybe 24 to 27 because that's where we had a little resistance previously, but you got to stay with the trend. Next news, support levels broken and it continued to close down. Now, it does get very hard. It gets very dicey to be able to buy into the market when it's down. And we saw it with cryptocurrencies like Mana, so Decentraland, Sand during this period of time as well. The market was down and everything was off. They were down 80, 90%. Then we had the move up. So just as all the news tried to push absolutely everyone out of the market to dump the price, what do you know? You get like a rubber band and it flicks back the other way. So the band is wound up and then it flicks back. We get a pump for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7, 8 weeks on the way up. We had a few little reversals in here, but basically higher highs, higher lows. Then September came. We had leveraged longs were liquidated. Then we had a little bit of a week up last week into that September period, or the second last week. We had China bans cryptocurrency payments and Evergrande was collapsing. It should have brought the entire market down. Remember this in September. And a lot of doomsday channels or news outlets, or Twitter, whatever, are still calling for the world to blow up and everything to be the end. And we get the same deal again. The same news comes out. Evergrande hasn't collapsed. Evergrande, even if they're not paying back their debts, the market doesn't care. It's a bull market. Liquidations continued in that period as well. And then, of course, recently we had liquidations here. And then just recently, the last day or two, the new COVID variant. So I'm sure we're going to get more and more COVID variants. We're going to get more and more liquidations. We'll have more China banning crypto, which has happened almost throughout Bitcoin's entire history. We'll have more big businesses collapse. Evergrande's just the latest one. Hasn't said it's collapsed yet, but even if it does, I think the market has already worked that out, and there'll be a short-term scare like we're seeing with the COVID variant. Maybe it does fall a lot further. But since March of 2020, which was when we had the first COVID scare, that hasn't done anything to the market except push it to new all-time highs and make this thing go absolutely nuts. So the worst chart at the time often seems like the worst thing ever, but it generally turns out to be some of the best buying opportunities, especially when you are in a confirmed macro bull market. So the next lesson here is to always make sure you're on a bigger term time frame when you see some of these big news announcements break. Also remember the quote that we talk about. The market likes to climb a wall of worry. Look at all the worry in here. It's just worry after worry after worry. The market should collapse, and the market keeps going up. And we take a look at Ethereum. It's the same deal for ETH. There was the news. We had the China banning Bitcoin. We had Evergrande, which was through this period. We had the Bitcoin bull market is over through these lows. We had leveraged longs getting liquidated in the first week of September. We had leveraged longs again, and then we had the COVID variant coming out, and still nothing, right? So as long as we're in a bull market, things are up. What about ADA? ADA's had different fundamentals. So I wanted to throw this in here because it shows a slightly different picture to Bitcoin and Ethereum. It was up earlier than Bitcoin and ETH, so its cycle's slightly different, but the overall trend at the moment is still a major bull market. I'd probably call that not a bull market anymore if we broke the lows at around 90 to $1. So 90 cents to $1. But at the moment, this week has closed above the 50%. So it's still quite strong, $1.60, and the 50% at $1.59. So that 1 cent above as well. So just little subtle signs there. If we start to break down, provided we don't go beneath the turning point, the line in the sand, then you can still say you're in a bull market. And these would be the best times to be buying into a project that you like, that you think has good potential in the future. So I bring up ADA because you can see ETH is massive bull market, Bitcoin, same sort of thing, but ADA is down at the moment. So you got a lot of this bad news. The fundamentals of ADA are still yet to come out in terms of their Plutus back end coming about so that people can actually build on the project. And so whenever this happens to one of your favorite cryptos, look for some of these catalysts to come out towards the very end of the move down. And you can see how quick it starts to fall towards the end. And from this point, I am saying potentially the end. I can't say for sure if it is, but it's quite often that you get a very sharp move towards the end of a downtrend and then a reversal. Now, I'll know if I'm wrong by this market continuing to fall. I don't see a reversal yet, but the first sign is there for me that the market has taken a sharper turn down, especially towards the end, especially when people are kicking it while it's down, laughing at it, making jokes, while just 2 or 3 months ago, everyone was in awe of how much it could move from $1 to $3 and how quick it happened. So it's so quickly for the tables to flip, and it's important to be on the ball when your particular cryptocurrencies that you're following are down and the news is bad, but the overall zoomed out macro trend is still up. Higher highs, higher lows. Keep your 50% in there, keep your moving averages, whatever you like to use, and that'll keep you on the right side of your trades. Tomorrow I've got a huge video coming out on Ethereum looking at the macro cycle and price predictions and price targets for ETH. So make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can be notified when this video comes out tomorrow. Be sure to get to those premium specials down below. Black Friday specials are on. And of course, follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more cryptocurrency updates. I'll see you guys at the next video. Until then, have more fun to get more done.